Yo, 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 good people. It's your homie HerbMan, busting you back upside the head with another hot banger. But please go tell somebody your homie HerbMan is on. Yes, sir. And if you're new to the program, welcome, welcome, welcome. Please follow, like, share, and subscribe on all the platforms at Love HerbMan. All right, so I am your neighborhood holistic practitioner. I'm your homie HerbMan. Welcome to the HerbMan Show. This is where we teach people how to heal themselves, and you cannot heal yourself if you do not know thyself. So we teach you here about the human frame and the human design so that you guys can be well on your way to the happiness and the wholeness and the wellness that we all deserve. Okay. So this is where you're going to find out why you're not able to get to where you want to get to. And then we're also going to give you the solutions as well. We don't just focus on problems, we focus on solutions as well, you guys. So this is a free information station. You guys can go and tell somebody to go tell somebody that your homie HerbMan is on. You don't have to pay for anything that you hear here today. All you simply got to do is pay attention. And how we do that on the HerbMan Show is by double tapping that screen and getting us up to 100,000 likes during the live broadcast. I'm going to work for those likes, you guys. You do your job. You share, you follow, you subscribe, and you go tell somebody that we are on and popping, all right? And I hope all you guys are having a great Sunday thus far. We're going to make sure that we add this into that great Sunday. Happy New Year for a lot of you guys, man, out there. I know y'all probably liking a Happy New Year. Yes, this is the new year. Okay. This is the new year. Appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you. This is the new year. Okay. And so we want to be able to be appreciative for the year. We want to be able to understand everything that's going on in our lives. I know the world seems a little bleak right now and things are going on here and there. But you are here for a reason. Somebody put for a reason in the chat. I'm here for a reason. Okay. You are here for a reason. If you're dealing with cancer, but you're still here, you're here for a reason. If you're dealing with dialysis, but you're still with us, you're here for a reason. If you're dealing with all these autoimmune issues, but you are still here, then you're here for a reason. And you just got to figure out what that reason is. Okay. We just got to nail it down. We got to peel the onion back. And we got to try to figure out what these reasons are. Why are you allowing me to stay around? You may have went through a lot of relationship issues, a lot of downs and ups in your finances, but you are still here. So you're here for a reason. Okay. And the biggest thing that you can do in your walk, in your journey, is to understand what that reason is. Okay. That's what you really want to do. And we teach you guys every single day about the owner's manual to allow you to understand that you can find reason. You can get a better understanding of your design, your frame, why you are here. That's the biggest thing. A lot of us, that's the biggest ailment for me. The biggest ailment is confusion. The biggest ailment is being lost. The biggest ailment is not knowing your reasons for existence. And when you don't know your reason, you start to devalue yourself in certain ways. That's going to bring along self-sabotage and self-harm. And herbs can't get you out of there. You can be eating the right food, you can be drinking the right water, you can be doing the right practices. But if you don't know timing, if you don't understand timing and understand regulation, all of that stuff seems so slow. How many people are thinking they're doing the right things, but it still feels slow? Put some ones in the chat. If you feel like you're doing the right things, but things are still going slow, put some ones in the chat. Put some ones in the chat. If you feel like you're doing the right things, but things are still going slow. Yes, yes, thank you, thank you. And it's simply because of the timing, not understanding our timing. Once we get to 1,000 likes, you guys, we'll get into the subject matter at hand. So we're just letting everybody come into the room. We're just letting everybody come into the room. And while y'all do that, I'm gonna go ahead and work on my computer system right here, making sure everybody's in the building, making sure my YouTube is up. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, okay. So the YouTube is going. We had some internet problems here a while ago. So I got to make sure everything is everything. All right. Everybody can hear me pretty good. No glitches. Nothing like that, right? Everybody can hear me pretty good. There we go. Mm-hmm. Yes, sir. Come on back in. Come on back in the building. Come on back in. We ain't going nowhere yet. Come on back in. We ain't going nowhere yet. Yes, sir. Come on back in the building, you guys. Let's go ahead and get these numbers up. We can go ahead and get right into this thing, man. Get us to 1,000 likes so we can go ahead and start this thing off. All right. We got to go ahead and get this message today. We got to go ahead and get it today. Again, if you guys got problems seeing me, please let me know. I don't want to run through everything without y'all being with me. We back. Let's get this thing up to 1,000 likes. Let's get right into it, okay? Yes, sir. You keep tapping. I'm going to keep talking. This is what this thing is all about, you guys. A lot of times we can be eating the right foods. We can be doing the right things, doing the right practices, and still feel like the healing is slow, okay? And what I want to talk to you guys about today and all about information, more it's about alignment, okay? Being in alignment. Remember that the right timing, okay? The right timing is the reason why things may seem slow. Somebody put that in the chat, timing. Timing is the reason why things may seem slow when it comes to what you are wanting out of this paradigm. And what I want you guys to know is that you can't force anything on nature. Nature is only going to give you what you have the capacity to hold, okay? Nature is only going to give you what you have the capacity to hold. So a lot of times you're trying to force something, but you just don't have the capacity quite yet to hold that what you're asking for. So you just get what you can hold, okay? You just get what you can hold. And a lot of us think that what we need is more. We need is more energy. We think that what we need is more frequency, okay? But in actuality, what you need is more stability. Somebody put stability in the chat. You need stability, okay? And what we want to try to do today when we're talking about universolology and the school of one is I want you to understand the illusion first of frequency. The illusion of frequency. And when you're looking at frequency, we're not talking about sound bowls. We're not talking about bioresonance. We're talking about your frequency, okay? We've been told that you should raise your vibration. How many people have heard that before? You need to raise your vibration. We've been told to think positive. How many people have heard that before? You just need to think positive. We've been told to keep our energy high, stay high energy. How many people have been told that before? Okay, but nobody is really asking the real question. Okay, nobody's asking the real question. Are you stable enough to hold the energy? Are you stable enough to hold the vibration when you do raise it? Are you stable enough to hold the positive thoughts that you're supposed to be thinking? Are you stable enough to stay with that high energy that you're supposed to be staying in? Is your system stable enough to hold the frequency? Okay. And a lot of times, you guys, that's why we get this energy, but we crash out. We feel good, but we crash out. We get motivated, but then we burn out. You try again to do the right things, but you then go back to repeating some of the stuff that we don't need to be doing. Why? Because you must understand that elevation without regulation creates the collapse. Elevation without regulation is going to create the collapse. And so you don't need more energy. You need more capacity. Somebody put in the chat, I need more capacity. When you're talking about healing your body, healing your finances, healing your relationships, I need more capacity to do it. Maybe where you at right now, that situation just ain't gonna work for you. Maybe where you at right now, that healing just ain't gonna work for you. Maybe where you at right now, that wealth is just not something attainable, because what you're supposed to be trying to obtain is the more capacity. I need more capacity for what it is that you're trying to do. Okay? I need more capacity. I need more capacity because your body is just not a physical thing. That's what we're teaching you here with the owner's manual. That's what we'll teach you in the HerbMan School. Anybody is interested in getting your owner's manual, DM us or go to the website. If you're interested in getting into the HerbMan School, DM us or go to the website. If you're looking for a payment plan, DM us. We'll get you in. This is the early bird special. So it's for $100 per month, and it's a year-long course, okay, a 12-month course. And you got to understand this stuff we're teaching you. Your body is not just physical, okay? It's a receiver. It's a processor, but it's also a stabilizer, okay? It's a receiver, it's a processor, but it's also a stabilizer. And your nervous system, when it's overstimulated, when it's inflamed, when you're exhausted, then even good energy feels like stress. Okay, even the best of stuff you can get still stresses out the mind, stresses out the body. That's why you go from excitement sometimes to anxiety. That's why you'll go from opportunity sometimes to overwhelm. That's why you'll go to growth sometimes to shutdown. Because the system says, hey, look, I know what you want, but I can't hold this. I know what you're desiring, but I can't hold this. I know what you need, but I can't hold this. So we teach you here all the time on the owner's manual and in the HerbMan School how the fire, right, the Aries in you is about your nervous system. Okay, the Gemini in you is about, but look at the nervous system. You can get what? Overloaded and burned out. The air element in all of us, that Gemini in, but it can be shallow. You get anxiety. That water element in you, your emotions, you can get stuck and you feel the pressure. The earth element in you, the body, can get weak and get instability. And you need to understand that your body determines your experience. Your body determines your experience. Your body determines your experience. And anytime you got a disease, remember disease are telling you, well, what was it? What is disease will tell about you? Anybody know? What is the main thing that if you have a disease, what is the main thing that disease will amplify or amplify? Does anybody know? I'm going to write it up here. What is the main thing that disease is saying? If anybody's got a disease out there, what is the main thing that disease is saying? Allergies is about your autoimmune issues, right? Your autoimmune is weak. But more than talking about those things, what allergies is saying to you is what? It starts with a D. Let me write this up here for you. With any kind of diseases, if you're dealing with any kind of autoimmune issues, allergies, whatever, all this means is that you are dysregulated. It means that you are dysregulated. So for allergies, it would mean that the immune system is dysregulated. Okay? Disease equals dysregulation. Okay? And again, this thing is not random. It ain't just happened. It's not, your body is not betraying you. It is just a loss of regulation. And this regulation has a lot to do with what? Rhythm and timing. Okay? And when you got chronic stress, which a lot of us are under chronic stress, your nervous system is stuck in survival mode. When you got hormonal imbalances, that means that what? Your cells are miscommunicating. When you're dealing with digestive issues, we know that that's the earth instability. When you're dealing with anxiety, we know that that's the air dysregulation. Okay? You don't need to fight your body. You need to understand these things. I keep trying to teach y'all how to decode your own body. Somebody put into the chat, please, how to decode my body's messages. Put that in the chat, please. How do I decode my body's messages? See, when you start to learn thyself, this is the key. This is why the owner's manual is the most important health assessment on the planet today. Because here's the thing. What if your symptoms are not problems, but instructions, and you don't know how to decode those instructions? We're going to teach you today. Meal, we're going to teach you today, okay, how to decode them. You got to understand that these diseases are messages. Well, it ain't even diseases. These are symptoms. The biggest disease is dysregulation. Dysregulation comes with 1,001 symptoms. Okay? This is the disease, dysregulation. Dysregulation comes with 1,001 symptoms. Okay? 1,001 symptoms. So you got to understand how to get your body back regular. Said, I'm trying, I got air anxiety plus some. Dysregulated. There's some stuff going on in your life when it comes to your stability, your security, your safety. That's not going the way you want it to be. So therefore, you have the anxiety. Who that is? Randosia. Okay? We got to get this security and stability thing down packed for you in your life. Okay? And here is the next level of information. Randoja said facts. I'm telling you, your issue will tell on you. Okay? That's what they're doing. They following the Son. That's me. They following the Son. They following the Son of God. That's the owner's manual. So that's what we're doing, Jill Morton. That's exactly what we're doing. Because Jesus represented the Son of God. But we don't know how that looks in our own personal life. We know how it looks in the book, but we don't know how that looked for me. And so everybody needs their own personal roadmap to see how to follow the Son of God. You see that? Everybody needs their own personal roadmap, their own map to the yellow brick road. Everybody's trying to get the Oz. And the next level of information is that also you don't just need regulation. You got to have the right timing. You got to have the right timing. Okay? It's just going to be too slow when you don't have the right timing. There are plenty of people out here eating the right foods. There are plenty of people that are taking the right herbs. There are plenty of people that are doing the right practices. But if the timing is off, my brothers and sisters, the results are going to remain slow. Because when you align with timing, your effort decreases. The results increase. When you're in the right alignment with where you're supposed to be, it's effortless. It's just when it's the right time and when it's the right person at the right time, when it's the right job at the right time, when it's the right decision at the right time, when it's the right thing at the right time, it is effortless. It goes away very quickly. It happens for you very instantaneously. So it seems like I'm always late for it or moving too fast. Yes, that's why timing is so important. That's why you need to understand your owner's manual better and better and better each day, because it's going to allow you to be able to understand the life lesson that you're in. We don't need to be chasing frequency. You need to build capacity. You need to regulate your system. You need to align with the universe. And this is that school of one that we've been teaching you guys about. Because the universe is never going to give you what you want. It's just going to respond to what you can hold. And some of you guys are not ready for the healing that you're asking for. Some of you guys are not ready for the finances that you're asking for. Some of you guys are not ready for the relationship that you're asking for because you just don't have the capacity to deal with those things right yet. It doesn't mean that you will never. We're just talking about right now. Somebody put in the chat right now. If I gave you $1 million right now, will you be able to sustain it? Will you be able to sustain it? Let's be honest. If I gave you, if you got your body healed right now, would you go back and repeat the same old stuff that got you sick? A lot of people saying yes, but come on now. You know, you got to be ready. If I healed your body right now, would you go back and start doing some of the crazy stuff you did to get that sickness back again? Let's be honest. If I gave you the right person right now, if the right person walked into your life right now, have you severed the cord from the old stuff? Have you healed well enough to be able to see that man and woman the way that it's designed for you? Are you ready? Because it's got to happen in the right time. Time is the secret. Time is the secret. We heal by doing the right thing at the right time. Okay? That's what we got to do. And if you don't understand this, then you start getting frequency before regulation when regulation comes before frequency. And alignment is going to always be better than the information. See, a lot of people are trying to upgrade. They're trying to upgrade. A lot of you guys come on here because you want to upgrade your frequency. I applaud you. But how are you going to upgrade your system, your frequency, when your system is too dysregulated to hold what we're teaching you? Okay? Did I have the right person? Somehow she found me. Electromagnetic. Okay? Electromagnetic means that you can magnetically draw things to you. Me. So it's not by surprise. But you got to know that the universe sometimes doesn't respond to what you want. You have the ability to hold the situation, then now you're ready, me, for that person. And you don't attract what you think. I want y'all to know that you don't attract what you think. You don't attract what you say. I know I'm saying this stuff and y'all like, what is it? You don't attract what you think. You don't attract what you say. You attract what your system is regulated enough to sustain. Okay? You attract what your system is ready enough to sustain. Okay? And if you're still in that point to where you're just sustaining a whole bunch of flop and hurt and mess, that's what you have the capacity to deal with. When righteousness come in there, you're gonna fumble righteousness, but you okay with the mess. You can deal with the mess better than you can deal with the good stuff. Some people, you know some people who drank alcohol so long that you gotta have the alcohol in order to stay alive. Your body got used to the mess to now where you can't even come up off of it. You see, your body can get adjusted to this mess way more than this other stuff. So you've gotten so used to being broke, so used to being broken, so used to working off of 50-60% energy, so that where you have now created a capacity to sleep only 3 or 4 hours and feel refreshed. You've created a capacity to eat all of this crap and think you feel good. You've created a capacity to do these menial things and think that that's okay because that's what you've been doing. So you're not ready for that management job. You're not ready for that particular that money to come through that pipeline. You're not ready for the best person you ever met in your life because you're used to the worst people. And this is why when you start looking at frequency without regulation, then you get distorted. And now your affirmations don't stick. Your high energy don't last. The nervous system wasn't designed to stabilize the signal. Okay? You got to do that. You got to do that. And when you know that your body is a receiver, it's a processor, it's a transmitter, then you know that if the receiver is unstable, then the signal seems like white noise. The energy starts to get distorted and you start getting anxious. Expansion to you seems overwhelming. And so the universality law for today, okay? The universality law for today, right? We'll put this down. Dysregulated. Somebody put in the chat dysregulated. The universal law or the universolology law for today is that regulation is the gatekeeper of elevation. Not frequency, not knowledge, not intention. Regulation is the gatekeeper for elevation. Okay? Regulation. So when you get your owner's manual and you're taking your herbs, stay regulated. When you get your healer's package, which is a detox, the owner's manual, and your natal blend, stay regulated. When you get your blueprint, which is your owner's manual and your herbs, stay regulated. When you take the detox, the 21-day lymphatic cleanse, stay regulated. When you ordering your panacea blend, stop just focusing just on the herbs and stay regulated while you're taking your herbs. You got to stay regulated. Does everybody know how to stay regulated? Anybody knows how to stay regulated? Because your nervous system must be calm. People say, no, I don't know how to stay regulated. That's why we teach you these things, right? We teach you about the humming, right? We teach you about the humming. We teach you about dropping your shoulders and dropping your jaws and dropping your tongue from the roof of your mouth and closing your eyes and closing your ears if you have to, and taking a deep breath in and then humming it out. And you can do this for about 30 seconds when you're in your office. Do this for about 30 seconds when you're in your bedroom. Do this for about 30 seconds before you go and crank up the car, before you go and brush your teeth and wash your butt. Before you do anything, do it under regulation. Before you start talking to your spouse, regulate. Before you start dealing with the children, regulate. Before you start dealing with the boss, regulate. Before you start popping your medications, regulate. Before you start drinking the herbs, regulate. You see that? You got to regulate before you do anything. And you start making this a part of your day. If your breath is off, you're going to be chaotic when you need to be more rhythmic. If your emotions is off, you're going to feel more suppressed than flowing. If your body is off, you're going to feel more depleted than grounded. So you learn how to do stuff, regulate first. Somebody put regulate first, regulate before I do anything. If you have somebody that's talking to you, if you have somebody that's doing something with you, regulate first. I'm a health coach with fibromyalgia. How you be a health coach with fibromyalgia, Madam Homeostasis? I understand though, but fibromyalgia is nothing but what we're talking about, right? Fibromyalgia is when your system, your nervous system, everything, you're dysregulated. So as a health coach, learn how to regulate. You'll see that when you learn how to regulate, you don't get the outbreaks. Fibromyalgia can, but when you regulate internally with your breath, not only are you calming down yourself, but you're calming down your cells. Okay, madam? Not only do you calm down yourself, you calm down your cells. You send signals to your cell. Who send the signals to the cell to relax? The vagus nerve. The vagus nerve starts to, when you start the humming and that vibration starts to come through your chest and through your skull and all of that, this is information. This is a signal. This is the vibration. It works way better than exterior sounds. Your internal sound is the faster, way better than external sounds. External sounds, you still got to stay stimulated. So again, you close your eyes, you drop your shoulders, you drop your jaws, you drop the tongue from the top of your mouth. You can plug your ears, breathe in, hum out. If you got back pain, you keep doing that, you'll start seeing the pain in the back go away. If you got knee pain, if you got arm pain, if you got all these things, you'll start seeing that as you relax, those things go away. It's almost like producing your own magnesium pill. Okay? You'll start to see those things go away. And you cannot hold higher states of consciousness without being regulated. If you think so, then you tricking yourself, because all you'll do will loop back into survival mode. How many of us do that all the time? We loop back into survival mode. Okay? Stabilize before you elevate. Okay? Stabilize before you elevate, you guys. Right? That was a shaman hum. I don't know what you call it, man. I call it the HerbMan hum. Everybody got their own sound, but it's your sound that is more profound than any exterior sound. Okay, that's why those people used to do all of those things: the ahs, the ohs, the ums, the ohms, all that type of stuff. But I just want you to just hum your own vibration. You ain't got to say an om on it. You ain't got to put an A on it. You ain't got to put an O on it. You just put an H on it and breathe out. And feel that vibration in your chest and in your skull. It tells the vagus nerve to relax the cells, that everything is okay, that this person is in a safe place. Before I talk to my spouse, before I go to work and talk to the coworkers, before I talk to my children, before I want to go out and do anything, I'm going to do it under regulation. Before I respond to you, under regulation. Before I respond, under regulation. Before I take my medications, I was regulated. Before I took your herbs, HerbMan, I got regulated. And you'll start seeing this stuff happening for you faster. You'll start seeing you recover faster. And you'll start seeing that this stuff actually works. If you want to add something to it, you go outside and put your feet on the ground. Feet flat on the ground. You press your toes in the ground so you can really dig in now. Okay, you can add hydrated water to it too. So now you got the fire, air, earth, and water all playing a role in that one movement. Okay, and when you're drinking your water, don't just try to drink it. Hold it in your mouth. You know what I mean? Hold it in your mouth for about 5 seconds before you swallow. Let I want you to feel all of this stuff. I want you to feel the grass, feel the water, right? Feel the breath, feel the hum. Have any of you guys ever saw yourself just chasing energy? You're just chasing energy. There's some people, we call them energy vampires. Have you ever just caught yourself, or have you ever thought about it this way, that you know what, all I'm doing is chasing energy? Energy in the fast conversations, energy in the fast life. You know, sometimes you can get with this brother and you like this brother because of their energy. Sometimes you can get with this sister and you like this sister because of their energy. Have you ever just sat back and thought that even when you're coming to my live, you guys are chasing energy? You're scrolling, looking for that energy. If anybody, put some ones in the chat if you understand what I'm saying. Have you ever been chasing energy? And now what we're wanting you guys to do, thank you guys. I had a friend that, what you say now? I had a friend tell me my energy was addictive. Again, energy vampires, energy chasers. We do this all the time. Some of you guys got to go to work because that's where the energy is at. I know brothers that don't even want to come home to their old lady. Why? Because the job has the right energy, but the house doesn't. I know some people that don't want to leave their house because the job has the wrong energy, but the house has the right energy. Y'all know somebody like that? Brother, just get up and go to work. Why? Because the energy at the job is way better than the energy in the home. Brother don't want to go to work. Got a job, but don't want to, man, I don't feel like going up there, man. I don't feel like clocking in today, man. Why? Because the house got the right energy, but the job doesn't. And what we're trying to teach you guys today is to build your capacity, build stability. Instead of chase energy, find out when you're chasing or building stability in your life. You don't need more information. You need more regulation. Because I'm telling you guys, when you get this information from your owner's manual, when you get these particular understandings from the HerbMan School, which we have an early bird special right now, if you guys willing to join, come on, it's a year-long course. I'm not going to short you of anything. You got to know this. You got to learn this for one whole year for $100 per month. That's a fair exchange. An even swap ain't no swindle. Giving you a year understanding my time, my energy, and what it is that I know that this can do for us as a community and for you as an individual for a funky measly $100 a month. There's no course. These jokers giving you a few weeks for double the price. Because I realized that once you start to use regulation as your weaponry, then your clarity is going to come. Well, what's the benefit of clarity? You start getting these wealth ideas and you start putting them into practice. Once you become regulated, your energy stabilizes. Well, what's the benefit of having stabilized energy? You ain't chasing nothing. Once you become regulated, your healing is going to accelerate. Everybody wants that. Once you get regulated, your timing will start to align because you'll have this as your owner's manual. It'll tell you exactly where you at. And then now you can rest assured. Regulation equals peace. It equals understanding. It equals, well, I ain't got to be overly stimulated because HerbMan just showed me where I'm at in the paradigm. I understand the life lesson that I'm in. And so now I'm good. You can't heal overly stimulated. Okay? Any questions thus far? You guys keep tapping. I'm going to keep talking. Let's get us up to 100K. Anybody got any questions thus far? I don't want to skip over any questions because I want to help you understand. You take regulation into every single thing. Don't deal with life without being regulated. I know you're scared because you're on dialysis. Don't deal with dialysis without being regulated. I didn't say don't go to dialysis. I said don't deal with it without being regulated. Some of you guys got cancer. Don't deal with those cancers and treatments under overstimulation. Go in there regulated. Deal with your cancer regulated. Deal with your high blood pressure regulated, and you'll start to see that you have regulated your blood pressure. Deal with your high blood sugar regulated, and you'll start to see your high blood sugar get regulated. Oh, somebody. Learning my chart in detail is what I'm definitely going to make truly a part of my life. Yes, for the rest of your life, you keep tracking yourself around life so that you never stay out of alignment. You never, ever get out of frequency. And again, this stuff starts to bring peace. It starts to bring calmness. It starts to bring awareness. And that awareness, that calmness, and all of that is going to equal out to be regulation. You're not worried anymore. You're not concerned anymore. I was just talking to a young lady this earlier, and she is in Libra. So she's in that partnership phase. She's in that phase of her life where she's ready now for balance. But if you had it, and she's 44, so guess what? She got into a balance at 43.8 years old. So she's only been there maybe a year. I think she's about to turn 45 this year. So she's only been there maybe a year and 4 months. But in a year and 4 months, she's now ready for the balance. Everything that happened before that is relationships vulnerable because you've been finding the right people but the wrong time. All her life she's probably been finding good brothers, but it was at the wrong time. Not only for the brothers but also for herself. It was the wrong time for her. You see what we're saying? So now if you've been taking medications, it's the same thing. When is my healing supposed to be? When is my healing supposed to be? When does my healing come? Do you know? Because you don't have your owner's manual. When is your job opportunity supposed to be? Where is that at here? Without your owner's manual or without your blueprint, you don't know. Where is my finances, my financial resolutions to my issues are going to be at? They're here, but if you don't have this, you don't know. Timing is everything. I fought different illnesses, one, but I keep having to fight something. Exactly, Bert. That's what we're trying to get you to see. You see what I'm saying? We're trying to get you to see this because you're going to keep fighting if you're ignorant of the alignment and the timing episode of your life. The body works just like the earth. You got timings, you got seasons, you got cycles. And when we don't learn the messages that the body is giving us, you miss out on what you really should be having. How many people are tired of missing out on what you should have? Put some ones in the chat. How many people are just tired of missing out? I'm just sick and tired. I want for me what God got for me, but you got to be at the right timing. And what I'm teaching you is God's timing, not your timing. You can end up getting $1 million right here and losing it right here. Because you got it doesn't mean you can know how to maintain it. Remember, you only can get what you can hold. I'm tired, man. I want what God got for me at the proper time. I'm tired of divine delay, and I'm tired of denial. I'm tired of divine delay. I'm tired of my stuff being delayed, but I'm also tired of denial. I don't want either delay, nor do I want denial. I want it at the right time for me. You guys are going and praying and praying and praying. It just seems like it just won't come because it's being delayed because you're out of timing. You see? So for me, I don't want delay and I don't want denial. I'm tired of delay and I'm tired of denial. That means you got to know better. You got to know better. Somebody said 58 years old and still waiting. Burn, you waiting on what? Let me know what you waiting on. Let me know what you waiting on, Burn. What is it that you waiting on, Burn? We'll let you know what's going on. Because if you're still waiting on something, then we know that you're in delay. Or you may not understand that you've been denied. And if you want assurance, okay, if you want assurance, then you need better insurance. If you're looking for better assurance, you need better insurance. And this insurance policy is going back to nature and allowing nature to keep you, allowing nature to have you in its best interest. If you want better assurance, you need some better insurance. And how can I insure you? The owner's manual, your blueprint, all by your birthday. We don't need a blood type, a blood sample. We don't need a stool sample, urine sample. We don't need a hair sample. We don't need that little coach out, that little nasty bump down there. If you're looking for better assurance in life, you need to get a better insurance policy. And the owner's manual is the best health assessment on planet Earth today. Said business, money, honey. I'm saying you looking for all of that, but where are you? Do you know where you are? Burn, what is your birthday? Burn Forest, where's your birthday? Birthday, Burn. Talking about you looking for business, money, and honey. If you're looking for stuff that it might not be where you need to be. You in Virgo. Okay, but that ain't where money and business and honey at. If you're in Virgo, then that's not where money, business, and honey's at. That's where your health is at. So there again, you should be focused on health. And here's the thing, Burn. If you're not healthy enough for the honey, if you're not healthy enough for the money, if you're not healthy enough for the business, then what you gonna get? You're gonna fumble that. You don't have the capacity. So if you get business right now and you're not healthy, how you gonna work the business? If you get money right now and you're not healthy, how you gonna spend the money? If you get right now and you're not healthy, what good are you? Your body's failing. So you see that if you focus just here, then you'll be able to have the capacity for the other desires. You getting old just because you getting old, but you're not getting old. Okay, so let me show you this real quick, Burn. What percentage is 60 out of 120? Anybody know? You're supposed to live to be 120 years old. You are 58. What percentage of that? All right? That's just a little bit under 50%. So you ain't even, you're at your halfway point claiming you old. That's why health, Burn, is very important, because you're at this halfway mark. You need to be more healthier because you have 60 more to go. Oh, somebody, I'm trying to teach y'all. You need it. That's why health is very important, Burn, because you need 60 more years of fuel to go. Now, if I told you that you're going to live 60 more years, isn't it possible that you could still find a honey? To live 60 more years, isn't it possible for you to still do business? If I told you that you should live to be 60 more years, isn't it possible for you to still be healthy enough for that money? But in your mind, you see 60, and then if they told you, now watch this, so that's 58. But if you buy into the 75 and you 58, seems like you're running out of time, don't it? If you buy into this 75 years old and you are 58, it will seem like you're running out of time, doesn't it? It'll seem like it'll never gonna happen. It'll seem as if it's too late. And that too late, that running out of time, is overstimulation. Now your health doesn't get better. So now you understand perspective. If you're looking at this, it'll seem like you're running out of time. Because this right here, now what's 60, how much percentage of this of 75 is this? You up in the 80%. So how we switch your perspective is like this. If I can switch your perspective to you just at 50% of life versus being at 80% of life, can't you see how that will regulate you? Please listen to what I'm teaching you. If I switch your perspective from this number to the 50%, but can't you see how this will stress you out? Yes, it says switch now. Yeah, that's it. When you switch it, it's not only did it switch in your brain, but now you send a signal to your cells. Woo! So can't you see that 80% is going to stress you out? Now the medications don't work. The meditations don't work. 80%, I done lived 80% of my life, girl. Now the church, the prayers don't work. The preaching don't work. Because you going to bed every night looking at 80% I done did already. But if I can show you that 50, it started to reinvigorate you. It started to rejuvenate you. It started to re-encourage you. it starts to bring you back into how God sees you. Not how you see yourself, not the number that man put on you. We don't live by the biological clock, my brothers and sisters. We live by God's timing, which is Kairos, not Chronos, but Kairos. Chronos is down here at Saturn. Saturn is a consciousness of stimulation. I mean, a statues of limitations. Saturn brings that the laws and the four walls and the confinement. But Chronos, it frees you. And so we don't want to be looking at the clock on the wall for how old we are. We want to look at the design that God gave us for how far we've came and how far we have to go. And that's what the HerbMan School is going to teach you, how to do this for yourself, how to do this for your children, how to do this for your community. That's what the owner's manual will teach you as an individual, how to do it for yourself. And for that little funky, measly $50, you can't beat it. Get back into God's timing. Get back into nature. It will regulate you. Anybody ever understood that when you're in God's arms, they said it's the best resting place. Yes, sir. When you're in God's arms, you get to rest. You get to rest your mind. You get to rest your body. You get to rest knowing that everything is going to be okay. Nobody's taught you this way. Nobody's taught you this way. Okay? So even if you're looking at Jesus, they said Jesus was born on what? 1225. We don't know nothing else, but we know 1225, right? We don't know the year. But 1225. Let me show you this real quick. We know he December the 25th, he did 27 days of January. December. He did 27 days of December. So he was born here. Watch this now. 27 days of December mean he did 9 years of Capricorn. Each one of these life lessons is a 10-year span. So we know we got a 33-year-old death date, right? So 9, 19, 29, right? And then 39. So he did 4 years of Aries. Okay? 4 years of Aries. Now you guys know that April is in what month? Easter is in what sign? When y'all say he died and he rose again on the third day, what sign is Easter in? Aries. Aries. I wanted to do somebody that you knew. Aries. That's why you celebrate Easter in Aries. He died and rose on the third day in Aries. So how is it that here stops right at the time you celebrate the death and the resurrection? Lord have mercy. It's right on time. Did 9 years here. Then you say he was 12 years old is when he came and came back. That's Aquarius, right? Remember that I told you that Uranus rules Aquarius. Uranus is all about what? Rebellion. So at 12, that's your rebellious. That's your thinking out of the bubble. That's your innovations. That's your going against the laws. And that's what he did when he came back. Then they can't find him until 33 no more after that. Why? Because that's Pisces. That's the spiritual walk. That's the unknown. So when he went in Pisces, he went into the inward man. You see, inward? This is inward. This is outward. So he went inward and then he came out. It's a blueprint. It's a blueprint. Okay? It's a blueprint. That's all this is. It's walking you through this stuff. It's a blueprint. Somebody put in the chat blueprint. It's a blueprint from 30 to 33, or from 29 to 33. He did 4 years in Aries. He died in Aries, which is why you celebrate Easter, which is why you finna go and do that now. You need your blueprint. You need your blueprint. Okay? Brother, can you teach this based on Kemetic ancient calendar? We struggle to align with European calendar. The ancient Kemetic calendar is nothing but the opposites. Okay, so a Cancer is a Capricorn, right? That's all it is. It's just the opposites, right? The same system applies. Okay, the same system applies, but it's just the opposites. So instead of it being Cancer, how you used to, when you celebrate Cancer, that month would be the month of Capricorn in Kemetic calendar. I know about the Kemetic calendar. Okay, so it's the same process, the same system. You can put any numbers, you can put it any way, and it's the same thing. Okay, we know that today is the first month. Okay, so if today is the first month of the year and not the third one, then this is where you can be easily out of timing. I'm gonna show you this because my brother asked that. Okay, so doom, this right here, watch this. So the first one is March because you march into the new year. You march into the new year. Okay, the second month of the year. May is the third one. June is the fourth month. July is the fifth month. August is the sixth month. September, sept means 7. October means octagon means 8. November, nov means 9. December, dessa means 10. And then you got your January and February. February is not given to you because it's the shortest month of the year. It's given to Black folk because it's the last month of the year. They try to just give you the last month. The last month of the year is the shortest month. That's February. January means 11th month. February means the 12th month. Okay, so now when you go over here, the 7 is going to be September. This is your real calendar. But the thing about it is this can also easily get you out of timing. So you're around here walking around here thinking you're in the third month of the year when you're actually in the first. How you ever going to get on rhythm and timing with nature? You around here thinking that the winter time is the beginning of the year, January the 1st. What grows in the winter? What grows in the winter to where January the 1st is it? Instead of what grows in the spring. He died and he rose in the spring. Died and rise in the spring. So therefore, now you can understand why March is the first month of the year. Now, if you're on the southern hemisphere, then September is the first month of the year. September is the new year for the southern hemisphere. So then it'll go like this. For the people that's down in the south, it'll be this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then you got January, February, right? So Jan, Feb. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4. This will be 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. This was August is the 12th, right? It's the last month of the year in the southern hemisphere. Same thing. So now down in the southern hemisphere, it's March, and you talking about it's the third month when it's the 7th month for you living up under the equator. That can throw you off timing. Can't you see how that would throw you off timing? Does anybody see how this just subtle difference can throw you off timing? So your life and your money is supposed to come here, but you don't understand. Bro, it's so abstract now and so deep. Yes. That's what this is all about. So now if you think about what I'm just telling you guys, hold on, TikTok trying to do something here. So let me get TikTok out of the way. Now they're always trying to do something. This is why they tell you April 1st, because they took you for fools. I guess if that's what you want to say. So now if I do this right here and I show you that one day equals 0.4 months. Okay. 2 days equals 0.8 months. 3 days equals 1 year. Okay. This is what I'm going to teach you in the HerbMan school, how to be able to put people back in the right timing. So now, if I just showed you this right here, let's erase this. If I showed you this right here, and then you don't know what month you in, you don't know how to count the proper times, then guess what? Your money, your spouse, your family, you're lost. You're lost. You ain't up under the right time. You ain't up under the right anything. You're lost. What I just did for Jesus, we just found him in Aries. Because we given the proper days and the proper years of how really 1 day is 4 months in God. 2 days is 8 months to God. 3 days is 1 year to God in nature. Go, somebody, come on. Keep tapping, you guys. I'll keep talking. Let's get us up. Hurry up. Do your thumb warriorship. Everybody should be tapping that thing at least 500 times. We got almost 100 people in the thing. So if you understand this, now you get back on track, the blueprint. But if you're walking around here and everybody in the world think that this is the 3rd month of the year, okay? Everybody in the world think that this is 3/22/2026. Some of us is in different years and don't even know it. Some of us back in time, and some of us are ahead of time based on the difference in the numbers. So if you in the 3rd month when you really in the 1st, you too far ahead, you off track, you out of alignment. If you're in the 3rd, if you're writing 3 but you're in the 7th month, you too far behind, up under the equator, behind time. My brothers and sisters up under the equator, behind time. My brothers and sisters up under the equator. It's a reason why you a 3rd world, because you are behind in time. You guys keep tapping. I'm gonna keep talking. Because you sat up there and used this particular calculation instead of the real one that you're supposed to be using. You sat up here and used this universal calculator instead of the one you're supposed to be using. And this one benefits the people in the Northern Hemisphere. It puts them before time. So that's why everybody in North America and Europe seems as if they are ahead of time. And not only North America and Europe, but this also goes into Asia, seeming like they are ahead of time. But then all of my South American countries, all of my South African countries up under the Congo. Congo is right here on the equator. So everything Congo down, okay? Or you want to tell them that they are behind time. And it's actually true. Because you're using a universal date and you don't know the real stuff. Okay? You don't know the real stuff. You don't know the real stuff. So then it's very hard and difficult for you to understand exactly where you are when they've taken the original times out of the situation. All they did was just slightly move it. All they did was just put you under them. So everybody's under this one time here when either one of them ain't right. And if you flip it in the way that I just did, then you'll see that North America will be behind time 2 months. Right? Because North America, you in the 1st month, but you say 3. So you're actually behind time, North America. And then the brothers down there in South under the equator, they're actually ahead of time. So you flipped it. But you flipped it in a way where nobody outside of the elite, nobody can get back on track. Very difficult for you to find your footing. Very difficult for you to be able to be relaxed and regulated. That's why life seems so stressful, because everything seems like a lucky thing instead of an alignment thing. Life ain't lucky if you get aligned. You can wait on it better. You can be patient better. You can be regulated better. You can be peaceful better. You can be gratitude better. And you can be in awe better when you understand really the blueprint of life. It'll be better for you. But the North American, anything above the equator is actually behind time. Right? They're actually behind. Because if this is a 1 and you a 7, you already been here already. You 6 months ahead. Now you put 6 months ahead here. What you get? If 30 days is 10 years, if 30 days is 10 years and you do 6 months, how many years is that? 60 years. 60 years. We're out of alignment. From the northern hemisphere to the southern hemisphere. 60 years out of alignment. That's 6 months. Okay, that's 6 months. Okay, but that equals 60 years. And if you go back and look at some of these countries down there, they are 60 years behind technology, 60 years behind infrastructure, 60 years behind time. So if we are in 2026, then guess what? If you are in 2026 right now, minus 60 years, what year are you in? 6, 9, 6, 9, 1966. Now look at Cuba. What cars do Cuba drive? These countries are stuck in the 60s and the 70s with their infrastructure, with their creativity, with everything. Stuck back in 1966, if you take this understanding. Okay? That ain't gonna regulate you. How you be in 1966 in a 2026 capitalistic model? It's built for stress. It's built for depression. It's built for disease. It's built for divorce. Yeah, 6 months. So 30 days, 1 month is 10 years. So if 1 month is 10 years, 2 months is 20, 3 months is 30, 4 months is 40, 5 months is 50, 6 months is 60. There it is. Alejandro said drop the pen because Alejandro said drop the pen, dog. There it is. I can't teach y'all this no more. You see what I'm saying? But this subtle difference is why you can't find your way. This subtle difference is why it's very difficult to be in alignment. It's very difficult to be in alignment with life when you don't know the actual time. Okay? Somebody said interesting. It is all interesting. It is all interesting. All right? How many people got questions? If you got questions, let me know. You're the infrastructure, your financial infrastructure in a modern capitalistic system. If you're still under 1966 infrastructure to deal with a 2026 infrastructure, No wonder the people are back. When I'm in South Africa, most of the men got jobs. Most of the women. That's a 1960 type of paradigm still, where the men mostly work and the women mostly were home caretakers of the home. That's fine. It's not a bad thing, but you can't speed up because you're out of time. You're out of season. When we travel, we see it. They show behind. Yeah, I'm trying to tell you. So I'm turning 54 in 427. Where am I now? You got to get your owner's manual. So if the third world countries are behind, what about America? I just talked that Boogie, you came too late. Okay. And what I'm saying to you is that they really are not behind, but they are because they're taking on the same date as North America. That's what I'm trying to teach you, L Boogie. Because they're taking on the date of America, they are behind. But if they took on the original time, they would actually be 60 years above America. But America don't want you to know that. America don't want you to know that. You see? So it's in 6 months increments. Remember, Aries is here. This is the equinox. So 6 months later is September. Cancer is here. This is the solstice. So 6 months later is Capricorn. These are 6 months increments. They're broken down into 10 years, right? 10-year spans, which gives you 120 years, which also is broken down into 30 days, which gives you a 365-degree calendar. Okay? So you just got to know, this is mathematician at his finest, but you got to understand what this means to you from your health, from your wealth opportunities, and from your family dynamics. It ain't just about astrology and the way they've been teaching it. This stuff pertains to you belonging to a bigger consciousness on this planet that you have no idea that you belong to. Okay? Let me but I just showed you how to get on track. 1/22/2026. You just came into the new year. You just now got into 2026. You ain't been there. Okay? You just arrived into 2026 if that's the year we want to take. But regardless of what this year is, you just got there. You just came into this new year. You've been here one day. And that's Aries. How to get on track with this? I got it. And the herbs. I don't know what you're asking, but you know the herbs is in your owner's manual. Just get your herbs. Okay? Anybody else got questions? The herbs are all aligned with each one of these. Each one of these things right here give you a mineral. Okay? Each one of these has a mineral attached to them. You get those minerals in your herbs. Okay? Each one of these are attached to minerals. Let's see if I have that here with me. Because I might have put it up somewhere. Each one of those signs are attached to minerals. We just know the herbs that you need for those minerals. I thought I had it here somewhere, you guys. Hold on one second. Each one of those months are attached to minerals. So you got Aries. Aries is going to be, and this is what we're going to teach you guys in the HerbMan school. Okay, go ahead and join the school for $100 a month. Go on and get in there. All right, this is going to be calcium phosphate. I'm sorry, not calcium phosphate, but potassium phosphate. I ain't going to do all of these, so y'all ain't even got to worry about it. I ain't going to do all of these. What that is? Okay, that's how you spell it. Caliphos. Okay. Potassium phosphate. That's what that is. Caliphos is potassium phosphate. Okay. We know that potassium is going to be good for your nerves. Okay. As a nerve tonic, it helps out with your memory. But we know what herb to give you for that. We know what herb to give you for that. You remember, Aries is the nervous system. Caliphos is good for potassium phosphate, is good for your nervous system. Yes, Manny. Yes, but you got to give people the right herbs. You can't give them cell salts. Cell salts is inorganic. Okay? It's inorganic. Explain that 60-year time alignment concept. Yes, sir. So you must understand that we got all of this stuff. It's got information in it, you guys. All of it has got information in it. Okay? All of it has got information in it. So there's nothing that's not telling you. That little design that you're looking at, that's you. That's you with all this information in it. There's nothing left out. Okay? This is you right here. There's nothing left out of this. All we need in order for you to be able to understand yourself is your birthday. The birthday is letting us know when you transition from water to air. You got recorded when you came through the womb of the heart. You see? The heart right here. This is the opening. It's the womb of the heart. When you went from the mother's stomach and you came out of the canal, and as soon as you came out of the canal, you transitioned from your mother's love to God's love, air. Your mama nurtured you here. God does the rest. You transition from the physical, from the spiritual waters to the spiritual air. You transition from your breathing in fluids to breathing through your lungs. You was connected to the natural mama, your physical mama. Now you're connected to Mother Earth. This was recorded right here. So right there is what we call the birthday. When you came into this paradigm, they call this the birth day. The operative word for this is the time you came in and start to experience day. You was at night for 9 months. You couldn't see no daylight. The birth day, the day you came in and saw the day. The day represents the sun. It's your transition from darkness to light. And this is recorded by your birthday. That's why we know more about you from your birthday than a doctor will ever know by your blood sample, by your hair sample, by your stool sample, by picking that little culture off your little nasty bump down there that still don't hold more information than the day you came in to this existence. That's why the 9 months don't count towards the lifespan. No, because you ain't even really 9 months. If you look at the numbers, how they are, you guys, okay, I want to teach y'all this. If you look at the numbers how they are, okay, if you're doing 40 weeks, okay, if you're doing 40 weeks and you got 4 weeks in a month, then how many months is this? If it's 4 weeks to a month and you do 40 months in the womb, how many months did you do? 10 off the bat. You did 10, not 9. So then that's what gives credibility over to us being able to be in gestation for 12 months. If you're already doing 10, then it's a possibility to do 2 more. And if you had done 2 more, you would have gotten all of the stuff that you need, all the fuel that you need to get you to where? If you did 12 months, it's easy to do 120 years. Now let me push you back. If you're only doing 9 months out of 12, what's that percentage? 9 out of 12 is what percentage? 75%. If you do 9 months out of the 12 you're supposed to do, you only got 75% of gas. So now if you look here, let's go back and say, put anybody's birthday right here, right? So let's just go back to Jesus, right? If Jesus was born right here and he only got enough gas to do 75% of this particular lifespan, then guess what? That's 30, that's 60, and that's 75. Virgo. So you don't even have enough gas to make it to 120. So the fuel, because you can't go back into the womb to get this information, you got to be able to get it outside of the womb. And that's what being born again means. Okay? That's what being born again means. So the rest of your journey, you got to be able to get it outside of the womb. That comes in the form of knowledge. Knowledge is going to fuel you to get what was missing to get you to 120 years. Thank you for that. I boogie. Knowledge. That's why they said, know thyself on the Greek walls, because that's the other fuel you need to make it to 120 years. You can't go back in there to get what was missing. So you got to come out of here and find what was missing. Somebody put find it. You can't go back in the womb and get it. So you got to come out here and find what is missing. Well, that's on you. You probably weren't going to do 100 anyway. So it didn't really matter. You know what I'm saying? Whether you want to or not. You don't have the knowledge to do it. You don't have the fuel. You got to find it. Okay, you got to find it. So when you find this knowledge, that's what's going to fuel you to get to 120 plus years old, which was your first designated time. It wasn't 75, it was 120. The difference between me and you is that I want to. You don't want to, so you won't. I want to, but I might not, but at least I want to. Crazy ass. Don't come up on here talking shit just because I got your ass. Don't come on here saying nothing crazy. Well, don't come on here having no fun. Do it look like I'm having fun? This ain't a fun show. This is education. Okay? This is education. Don't come on here messing with me, pimp. I'm gonna catch you. I ain't gonna let you slide. I'm gonna catch you. All right. So now you understand that this is the real blueprint. It's the real dynamic. But what I'm wanting to teach y'all today, man, and I'm gonna let y'all go. I appreciate it. We got about 17 more minutes, and we at 83,000. So if y'all want to keep on tapping, I can keep on yapping. I'm trying to get you to understand that when you see life this way, it puts you at peace. How many folks want peace? How many people have been really looking for peace? Can you put some thank you guys for the love? Thank you, Divine. How many people have been looking for peace? I know I have, man. I know I have. I've been looking for it. I've been searching for peace. I've been scrolling. I've been YouTubing. I've been reading. I've been driving, looking on the side of the road. I've been walking and talking to myself. I've been just in my mind. I've been praying. I've been fasting. I've been meditating. I've been trying everything, frequencies and sound bowls and everything to look for some peace. Because peace surpasses knowledge. And the dynamic in which we live in does everything in its power to disturb the peace. Does everything in its power to disturb the peace. And so what are we going to do? We're going to all the mediums. I call the mediums the meds, right? We go to all the mediums. Meditation, medication, mediation. Jesus is a med. Because if you call him a mediator, then he's a med. We're going to all of these mediums, these meds, these things that stand in between me and the actual experience. And I want to have the actual experience. I want to have the actual experience. Yes, Sonny, it comes from knowing the Son of God. This is the Son of God. It don't matter how many times y'all put up Jesus up here, it don't freaking matter. Jesus ain't nothing but a symbol of the Son of God. So yes, peace that surpasses knowledge comes from knowing the Son of God, the Son's path in your life. You are perfectly correct. That's why I love when y'all come up here with that Jesus stuff, because first of all, I used to be a pastor. I used to be a minister. I ain't never been a pastor. But a pastor is a short word for a shepherd in a pasture. When you are a pastor, you are a shepherd in a pasture. This is what you're talking about. You just don't know that this is what you're talking about. I'm showing you this as a picture, or you can see it as a man. But this is how it looks right here. This is the crown. This is the robe and the wings. This is the arms. This is the legs and the roots of the same person we're talking about. Symbolic of the Son's path. The Son's path. And when you're going out there in the sun, the first thing that the sun does is it regulates you. Everybody know you sit out in the sun, you just be chilling. Oh boy. You be like, man, what you doing out here, boy? Just chilling, boy. Feels so good. Because the Son of God regulates you. Not the one in your book, but the one that in the book this symbolizes. And in your book you're reading is called the what? Helios, Biblios, which means the Sun book. Ye are the children of the sun. Ye are the children of the light. But you don't know how to, you are built for outside. Somebody put in the chat, you are built for outside. The reason why you got melanin in your skin, no matter if you white, black, or in between, you are built for this. But you stand in the house and you're getting in-house diseases. you stand in the house and you're coming down with in-house born diseases. You coming out with high blood pressure. If you was outside, you wouldn't, the blood, come on. If you was high blood sugar, if you was outside, you'll burn the energy. Cancer. If you heat your body up, everybody knows that your immune system works better under heat. That's why you that's why you get the fever. If you heat your body up, cancer can't stand no heat. But you ain't outside, so you getting cold in the house diseases. You was built for outside. I'm trying to get you back out there for a funky, measly $50. It's worth getting your owner's manual. All we need is your birthday. And let nature, let mama tell you exactly what you can do for yourself. If you want to learn this, Join the HerbMan School. Can't beat it. Ain't nobody on here that can beat this. This is undefeated. It is the most accurate that you're going to ever get. And if it's complicated, it's because you complicated. But when you start to see yourself in the eyes of God, the eyes of nature, you'll have more gratitude, more awe, more peace. Okay? Who was that right there? I know Divine sent me a little gift. Divine, what's your birthday? Let me get you out of the way real quick. All right. The gifters, if you're gonna gift, then if you want to do this, we'll get you going. We got about 10 more minutes. Okay. Yes, sir. Happy New Year. Happy New Year. 2882. Okay, 2882. This is your manufacturing number. Okay, that's your manufacturing number, right? Then we got to get your model number. Okay, so we know that 121 to 221 is going to make this person a what? 121 to 221. That's an Aquarius, right? So we know you here. Excuse me. Your starting point is your finishing point. So when I put you right here, that also is where you need to end up. Your starting point is your finishing point. Okay. Now, if you were born in 2/8, how many days did she do of Aquarius? Okay. So it ends on February the 18th. So she did 10 days. If you guys know the numbering system, then you can get it. She did 10 days. So 3 is 1 year, 6 is 2 years, 9 is 3 years, and then one more day, she did what? 3 years and 4 months. Okay. So right here, you did 3.4 months. So let's put that here. 3.4 years of Aquarius. All right. That lets me know you didn't get all of what Aquarius had to give. Okay. Model number 2 plus 8 is 10. Right. So 2 plus 8 equals 10. Then you break that down. 1 plus 0 equals 1. 1982 is eventually going to end up being 18 plus 2, right? Which is 20. 2 plus 0 get you 2 equals 3. Okay? So your model number is a model 3, right? You are a model 3. What does that mean? Now let's put it all together. I want you guys to say 3 in 1. So when you're looking at church and you're looking at the Father, the Son, the Holy Ghost, it was 3 in 1. Somebody put that in the chat. 3 in 1. Okay? We preaching the same thing, but we preaching it the right way. All right? You just go into the website and type in owner's manual. Okay? Go to my website, type in owner's manual. If not, DM me and we'll get you that information. Okay? We'll get you that link. 3 in 1. How do I get the 3 in 1? An Aquarius is going. So here are the sun signs. Okay, 3 in 1. So an Aquarius is a air sign, right? Everybody has opposites. So every Aquarius, when the sun is shining its brightest in Aquarius, what is the darkest space on the planet as far as these signs? Thank you, Divine. So if you already know this, Divine, why you want yours done for? If you already know this, why you want it done for? Okay. Okay, so fire. The 3 represents which one of these chakras? So this one is 1. This is 2. This is 3 and 8. This is 4 and 6. This is 5. This is 7. And this is the number 9. Also, this represents earth, water, fire, air. Then start over. Earth, water, fire. You learn all this at the HerbMan school, okay? A whole year-long course for $100 a month or $1,000 and you'll be finished with it. This is what we're teaching you guys. So that means that the 3 represents the fire element. Okay? So this person off the bat is showing more fire excessiveness. Okay? Everybody see that? Fire excessiveness is already going to lead to what? Watching the nervous system, right? Look at your fires up here. Watching your nervous system. This is the pineal. So your sleep habits, your mood swings, okay? Your nervous system overall, anxiety, all that type of stuff, nervous dysregulation, nervous system breakdown and issues and burnout, overthinking. That's one of them. The other fire is self-control issues right here. So you got this being attachment and addictions. So Divine has a habit of has an addictive personality, put it like that. You got an addictive personality. You got also can have self-control tendencies, right? Now, also, this is the nervous system. This is the digestive system. Watching out for your digestive system, watching out for your blood sugar and all that, diabetes and all that type of stuff. So you got to watch out for nervous system conditions. You got to watch out for digestive system conditions, including what they would call high blood sugar. All right. That's just off of this. Now, where is she? Okay. She did 3.4 years here. She's just turned 44, right? So then you say, okay, every one of them is 10 years. So this is 3.4. So 13.4, 23.4, 33.4, 43.4, and she just turned 44. So you're literally right here in Cancer. This is all about family affairs. What kind of family affairs? For the last year or so, Divine, you've been trying to keep the family together, either through your children or your relationship with your own mother. That's where you are. And because you just got here, you still got a little time. You got about 8 more years roughly. We can teach you more and show you more when you get your owner's manual. And Divine, right here, say you guys, if you're watching, yes, that's correct. How can I be correct? I didn't have to ask you for the time you were born. I didn't have to look at your blood sample. I didn't have to look at your hair sample, stool sample, blood type. I didn't have to be microscopic. We pulled out of the life and see it from a 360-degree angle. Now, the biggest thing I want you to see here, Divine, is you see how far you got to go back to get here? You got to come all the way down this hill and back around here to be 120 years old. When you visually can see your journey, hopefully you'll start being mindful of how important your life is. Okay? When you can visually see the journey, I got to get back right here, but I'm currently right here. When you can visually see this journey, hopefully you'll be more mindful of how important your life is, how important your health is, how important everything is to getting back to the starting point. And this is what we call full circle. You don't do this in a year. You do this in a lifetime. Anybody else got any other questions? Now, Divine, if you've been dealing with health issues, you want to watch your skin, Divine. If you have been dealing with health issues, especially within the last year or so, watch your skin. Also, watch your body fat. Okay? If you've been dealing with health issues within this last little year or so, you've been in Cancer, it can show up in the form of skin issues. And also, you got to watch your body fat. Yes, full circle is a lifetime, not 1 year. Oh, you did a full circle around, revolution around the sun. It's your birthday. Nah, you don't do that at your birthday. Your birthday is the lifetime. This is your birthday. Remember, her birthday was in Aquarius. So her real birthday is when she get back to Aquarius. Now she does that throughout the day. She does that throughout the week. She does that throughout the year, but we're emphasizing doing it throughout the lifetime. Okay? We want you to do it throughout the lifetime. Yes, Divine, you are welcome. My pleasure. For me, it's circulation issues. Okay, get the herbs that you need. Go on the website and type in Vitality Blend Empress and get the herbs you need for your circulation. Is the school live classes? Yes, they're going to be live on Zoom, but we're also going to record them because sometimes people are going to miss them. They're going to be on Saturdays and Sundays. You're going to get 2 Saturdays and Sundays per month, so that's every other weekend between the times of 10 a.m. and 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Okay, so I always got to come on during this time because this is when the sun is in Gemini. I'm a Gemini, so we're going to make sure we teach you guys exactly what you need to do. Yes, Vitality. You type in, go to my website and type in Vitality and get what you need for your circulation. Same thing, all are welcome. Go to the website, type in Vitality Blend and get the blood pressure, okay? High blood pressure is coming from anxiety, you guys. You guys are worried about too much, okay? All are welcome. You're worried, man. You got some worry going on. High blood pressure comes mostly from anxiety. The start date is April the 4th. So the early bird special ends March 31st. So it won't be $100 after the end of this month. It'll be $200. The course goes up to $2,500 at the end of March. So if you want to catch that little $1,000 deal, you want to catch that little $100 a month, you better catch it now. Will there be a workbook? No, it won't be. I won't have no physical workbook to ship all of you guys. Nah, you have to come in with your own pencil and paper ready to go. Yep. Hair thinning. Okay. So hair thinning is right here, you guys. Hair thinning is the water element, right? So that means that you must be dealing with stuff emotionally, mindset, mission. Your emotional things are going on. So the what handles growth and development in the body is the pituitary gland. So watching your perspective, watching how you view life, being so emotional, you're in your feelings all the time. And every time you get in your feelings, you get a flare up or you get hair loss. Okay. So you want to watch that water element in you. So this also means delusional. You can be a little delusional to the reality of what's going on in your life. And then you come down to this water here, and it could be some guilt and unforgiveness that is just messing with your waters. Okay. Just messing with your waters. But if you're wanting herbs for that, go on the website and type in Panacea Blend. Okay, Panacea Blend. You get the Panacea Blend, it's going to have Irish moss, it's going to have horsetail, which are one of the 2 most magnificent herbs to help grow back the hair. Mine said, Misha said, wow, I didn't know you were going to do it like that. Yes, sir. I had to do it like that. That should let you know your disease will tell on you, okay? Can someone put in the chat the website, please? Yes, loveherbman.com. LOVEHERBMAN.com. Okay. Our native blend is the best option, right? Yes, it's going to be the best option to start out with, right? The best option is mama's option. That's the best option is mama option. Now, if mama option don't work, what I like to do is tell you guys to reorder it and then we can cook it a different way. Okay. So if that little way you cooking it don't work, then we're going to cook it a different way and make it more potent because you may need a little bit more potency. Okay. You may need a little bit more potency. All right. So that's what we do, you guys. That's what I'm all about. This is the way we help people heal themselves. This is the best way I know how to do it. In order for you to be in proper alignment with nature, getting your herbs, doing your emotional releases, all this type of stuff. So when you talking about delusion and you talking about guilt, you just got to release it. I release delusion. I release guilt. I release grief. I release depression. I release anxiety. I release insecurity. I release worryation. I release attachments or addictions. I release it. I release it. I release it. That word I release is a command. Okay. I release is a command, but you got to know these demons by the name. So just because you going there to my forgive me for my sins don't mean that, because I now one of these folks named sin. So then you start to get the sin that you actually are talking about. You start dealing with the issue that you actually are talking about. You know it by name. You have recognized it by name, and you're now saying to that thing that I know that is within me, guilt be gone. I release guilt in the name of whoever you want to put it in the name of, but you know its name. You can't get rid of a demon if you don't know his name. There's power in the name. All right, you guys. So I appreciate all of you guys, man. I know I came on here a little late, so I want to stay on a little later. If you guys got questions, if you're ready to join the class, if you're ready to join the school, if you feel like you can learn this, if you can dedicate your 1 year time to me, I promise you, I will not only allow you to be able to graduate knowing this stuff to help yourself, but you can help your family. You can help your community with this, man. I love you guys, and there's absolutely nothing you can do about it. Please go tell somebody to go tell somebody about your homie HerbMan. And until next time, love HerbMan. Is the best time to activate is the best time to be active is month you were born, such as Gemini. What you mean the best time to be active? I don't understand that question, L Mindset. I don't understand that question. What time would be the classes in London time? I'm going to come on every day between 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Now, you guys got to do the work with what time that is to you, Zahara. Okay? But I'm coming on every day, and when I do the school and everything, from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Now, when I'm in South Africa, that's what, 4 to 6 p.m., depending on the season. So it's 4 to 6, depending on the season, or 5 to 7. And I know you guys are maybe an hour or so behind South Africa, so that's the time. Okay. Should we get an owner's manual if we're joining the school? No. If you're joining the school, you're gonna learn how to do your own owner's manual. That's what the school is about. So you ain't got to worry about it. If you're joining the school, don't buy an owner's manual, because you're going to do your own owner's manual. And for people who've already got their owner's manual, you're going to update your owner's manual. You got to know how to do it for yourself. And when you know how to do it for yourself, that's when we know you. That's how you're going to pass the class. That's how you're going to pass the class, because you got to turn that into me. And I'm going to know whether you are ready or not. If you can't do yourself, you're not ready yet. But we'll get you ready. Nobody will fail the course. I'm paying $5,000 to the first 5 people to message me. Man, come on, Liam. Don't nobody want that money. Is there a name for the diagram you drew behind you? No, but you do get this diagram in your owner's manual, but you get a complete circle. Okay, but this is you can name it what you want to name it. Okay, you can name it what you want to name it. I call it the owner's manual. Is Gemini in the sun at 10 a.m. to 12 p.m.? Yes, over here, Eastern Standard Time. Okay, Eastern Standard Time. The sun is in Gemini right now, and it just went over into Cancer 8 minutes ago, which is why I'm about to get up out of here. Yeah, it's teaching you the herbs. It's going to teach you everything. I mean, you can't do it without the herbs. Okay, we're going to teach you the herbs. We're going to teach you everything you need to know about how to do this, because you have to assess people and then know what nature says about what herbs they need. You got to know the herbs too. That's why it's a year-long course. You can't do this in a few weeks. It's too much information. So this is an initiation. This is more of an experience than it is a regular course or class, okay? You guys are going to be submerged into this experience so that you can understand how I do what I do and what kind of mindset you got to be in to do this, okay? It's a very submersive, very, very submersive experience, very initiatory, so that you can understand that this is probably the final step that you would need in your health consciousness, in your health awareness. And if you're an herbalist already, if you're a naturopathic doctor already, and you just want to add a surefire system to what you already know, this is the best health assessment on the planet. All right. And if you guys are interested in the owner's manual, but you ain't got enough money to go to the school, that's fine. You can go to the school on you, And the school on you is only $50, okay? $50, you can get your hands on the owner's manual. You can DM me or you can go to the website and we'll give you the link. Peace, peace, peace. I love you guys, man. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday, you guys. Peace, 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 peace.